What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Man Cave. We are Ryan and Corey. You listen to the Much About Nothing podcast, the show where we give expert takes and good-hearted debates. We talk ball and anything and everything else. Today, we're talking everything else. If you got something to say, put it in the comments. If you're new to the pod, greetings. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, smash that bell. If you're already part of the fam, welcome back. Please like, share, and comment. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let's get into it.
Yes. We're gonna get into this. We're talking the Russ and Ciara fiasco. If you've been living on a rock, you might not know this, but it has been going through the airways. What they wore at the Oscar Vanity Fair. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! We want to hear y'all in the comments. We want to hear y'all opinion because on this podcast we are very opinionated. I have mine. Hamp has his, but we really want to hear yours. So let's get into this. I got the video. If you have not seen it, go ahead, get back, sit back, and get your popcorn ready. Go ahead, watch this thing right quick. Yes. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it in all its glory and everything. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Hamp, let me ask you straight up. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think she came out there dressed like future baby mama. That's what I think.
I would get surprised by a lot of things, but boy, what hell? That was a good one. Yeah. He looked like future baby mom.
Yeah.
He looked like Russ White.
Nah, he didn't look like Russ White. He looked like future baby
Definitely,
mama.
they look like a woman with her hands up and shout glory to God.
Yeah, that's future baby mama right there.
Oh man, yeah. Anything else, Dad?
Ah man, no, you know what? I think
We
I'm
got
gonna do
some
something a little
comments.
bit different. I want to do something a little bit different. First,
Uh,
I want to get to the comments because it sounds like
yeah.
Crystal busting at the seams here. She got something to say, so we gonna let her. She said the city boys is up what? Yeah, yeah. Oh
He said Russ a sucker for letting her do it. Russ, we gonna get into this though. We gonna get into this. Definitely, what I think. Hey, as a fellow Christian brother, is a fellow Christian couple, I do pray for their relationship and their happiness. I hope that they are truly a happiness. But I can't say when they miss the mark. And this is definitely missing the mark. They definitely falling short. In my in my opinion. I like to strictly say this. Just because I wouldn't do something, I don't like to criticize other people's choices. But at the end of the day, I can say my opinion on whether I think it's a bad choice. And I don't think that was a good choice to flaunt your lady out there showing all her goodies in my 2 cents. I'm just a more
Oh, I
reserved
caught that.
person
I caught
myself.
that. I
Huh?
caught that. I caught that. Her goodies. I caught that. Good job. No pun
You like that
intended.
joke, man?
I got
Hey,
it. I
hey,
got
hey,
it.
hey. I'm trying to let it just spin up.
I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and all this point. Yeah, but she out there showing it all out. Man, I thought sometimes you get to a place in life. There's a lot of people criticizing her because she's a woman of of 30s with 2 kids and stuff like that. But I think in itself, just making light of the situation, I don't agree with anybody showing themselves out like that, man. And I don't care if you're 32 kids or 1 kid or no kids. I think you should be more reserved, especially out of respect of your husband. But like we said, man, we want to hear y'all. We want to hear from y'all.
But before they go in there, I'm gonna go to one part that I thought about it, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
gonna get my opinion on it. Uh, Krista hit this point that I'm saying because this is my thing. It's not the wife part. It's, Russell's a grown man and he does enough to embarrass her too because he's super corny. But um, how old is Lil Future? He gotta go to school. He had to go to school after that. You know what I'm saying? How old is Lil Future? Like little future got to go to school and hear about what everybody's saying about Ciara. Like, everybody got
Yeah.
time for that, man. Like, yeah, that's out of control, man. That kid don't deserve that.
But the thing is, this is not the first thing. She apparently, where I'm Googling, typing in the archive, searching to try to find Sierra's Oscar vanity dress. But it was a lot more. I learned a lot about Sierra. Apparently, this is a thing. She has the videos out. She has a lot of stuff that's out there about the way she dressed. So, I don't know. Maybe that's their thing. Maybe that's Russ's thing. Maybe he doesn't mind. But that's all part one
Said
of
the
these
age when
questions.
they see you all move. Yeah. Hey, look, AD, listen, man. I'm not listen. Like I said, I'm not judging it. Like I said, Russ does enough. I would imagine how corny he is on a day to day basis out with her. Like I'm not even. They grown folks. They can deal with that. But man, like just my opinion as being a mean kid in high
Mm.
school myself, I'm definitely waiting for little Future to get off the bus. Like I'm,
You
I'm
gotta have those jokes.
yo,
You
little Future.
already have it loaded in your phone and everything.
Yeah, hey, little Future. Yeah, hey, sit over here at the table with us, little
Got it.
Future. Yeah, let's holler at your little Future.
Let me
Yeah,
talk to you right quick. I already got the pictures loaded up, and I'm
yeah,
gonna have to lay it down. I'll be like, "What's going on right here, man?"
I know they call you little Future, but we're gonna talk about the past here. We're gonna talk about your mama past right here.
What's coming out with that flame right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I like this question by Aaron Darden. He says, Whose standard are we judging her by? If her husband stood by her on the red carpet, we can't judge. I mean, that's something I wouldn't be okay with, but that's our relationship. Yes, yes, I would agree. I'm only because I believe this. As at the end of the day, I'm up here with him. I'm releasing myself to the public. I believe I should be judged. I'm opening myself to the public. So at the end of the day, if you're going to do stuff in the public opinion is going to judge. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that they should get divorced. I'm not clowning or anything. I'm just saying what I would do, and that's what I'm voicing. At the end of the day, I wouldn't have did that. I definitely wouldn't have did that. As far as Russ, I mean, as far as we left, my wife can do whatever she want to do, but I can choose not to go. I can guarantee right now, I wouldn't have been sad on that being the fair carpet. Like she was, you going out in that
Oh no,
on Netflix.
no, that's a good way to ensure that I am gonna be there.
You go
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, yeah. Hey, tap that mic. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to ensure that I am gonna be there. You can't leave the house like that without me. Like we both gonna be fools out here today. Um, man. But you know what?
Mm,
On for me, this is how I feel about it. Right? Because we talked about this. We talked about this before we got on. My personal opinion on it is, I probably wouldn't have a whole lot to say. I think I would discuss like I probably would ask the question.
mm,
You realize that you're pretty much naked in this thing, right?
mm,
Like I'm gonna have a conversation, and if her answer is this is what I want to do, then I'm gonna go ahead and rock with it. And the reason why I'm gonna rock with it is because this is what I chose. I'm gonna have to stand by it. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the things that you marry for, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you marry for decision making, you marry for all that type of stuff. Like at this point, this is what she feel like she gonna do. I mean, I think it's a bad idea, but at the end of the day, your choice, your clothes, your body.
I definitely agree. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this next question. Should Russ be fine with this? Should he be okay with this? Should he have a problem?
Mm.
Should he say anything at all? I know what you're saying right there, but at the end of the day, if you answer that question, she said that's what I'm going out with. Should you therefore come back with another thing saying I'm not okay with this? Should the man have a say so in this? Like, should he just go along with it and zip his lip and sit back and swallow his words and keep on going to the vanity fair? Put a smile on his face. Russ, hey, I commend that man for standing up there like that, though, man. Hey,
You know
that's
what?
strength.
And George had something else good to say. Jo-
George fine.
hey, George, that's good. Like, cause check this out, right? You got to remember this. I'm old enough to remember on draft day. what Russell brought to the draft table. Like I remember his last one. Like, maybe he proud of what he got, and he okay. And this is his thing. Like he want to show off. Like, yeah, I'm corny, but look what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's his thing. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I
but
love Janelle's comment though about this. We're gonna get into that right around the end because it's a lot of things going around through the airways about what they did, but this was a definitely a fair. It was not it was not just them. It was a sheer thing. Like all of them wore this there. And why is Russ and Ciara the only people that's coming to the forefront? Why are they the only people mentioning this? They weren't the only people dressed like this there. There's a whole lot of couples there dressed like this, but these are the only ones you hear about. So that's a little small little
and,
nugget.
and see this is the thing about it, right? Because see, I didn't know that. See, this it's funny. It's
Mm,
funny how narratives get turned because I did not know that that was the type of event there. I thought she just was sitting around saying, "I'm gonna show off because I can do that. I'm Sierra." Um,
mhm.
but if that was the event, then what we really talking about, man? Like it was a pajama party, and she wore pajamas.
And she wore pajamas. Nah, I think it's an overall thing because at the end of the day, if the event is there, don't mean that I got to participate. I got a choice in this thing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I do have a choice. I think definitely I think it's more so I see Crystal saying because they were black. I think it's more so because of their faith. At the end of the day, being a man of faith, there people are always looking for a way to attack. And I think that's the first attack come from. You say she don't look like a woman of God or trying to throw. It's all of these things that come in a person's faith. Once you claim to have that title under you, it's a whole lot to wear, man. It's a whole lot to wear.
Man, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I totally disagree.
Hmm?
I
You don't think
totally
that?
I disagree.
Hey, this is a place of disagreement, sir. You can go and
I
disagree all you want.
yeah okay.
Stand up on it.
All right, well, here you go. Listen. This whole narrative that people come after Russell because he's Christian. That's not the case. That bro he is cringeworthy, man. Like that's the title. He is cringeworthy. He just anything and everything he do from doing push-ups in the aisle on the airplane to he do the most. Like he constantly is doing the most. And a lot of us don't believe, and it's not has nothing to do with Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
that you can leave the type of person that will date Future usually isn't the type of person that will date Russ.
Mm.
Like so, it's a lot to unpack there. The question is, which Sierra is she really?
Mm.
And I like to think that she's probably the one that was with Future. That's probably who she really is.
I don't know. I think people could change, though. I definitely think people could change. I think Sierra might be a whole different person, but it's a lot of things that come attached with that. As a person moves into another realm, and ain't like stuff just fall out of off them. You know, like things just that person just changed its way overnight. And like these opinions that I have today, just woke up with and just started. No, I gained these opinions over time through many courses of debates, many discussions have formed these opinions that I have and life circumstances have formed these opinions. So just like me, I expect Sierra to change over time. This might be the one. I mean, not saying that. I mean, I don't want to get too far. Get the horse, the carriage before the horse, right? Ain't that the way the saying goes? Yeah, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I want to take this one step at a time. But definitely, I think Sierra she got room for growth. That just might not be the era she grown in yet. Or if maybe it's people up here that probably don't believe that that's okay with that. It's a lot of people that believe that's a okay thing. That's what we diving into.
You
Do
know
we
what,
acknowledge? Mm.
Miss Evansburg? I definitely agree that people do change. I definitely do believe that people change.
Mm.
However, one thing that is usually slow to change is I would say your decision making process.
Mm. Yeah.
Now, your intentions and some of the things you do, but the way you come to your decisions, that's usually a slower change than most. And again, I've never really been convinced that the Sierra that we had before is much different than the Sierra that we see now. But I could be wrong.
Mm.
I'm not with her every day. I don't know. But if I had to make If I had to bet something on it, I would say that she is more akin to the person that we used to know than yeah.
Well, I can speak from experience. At the end of the day, when I met my wife, did she believe dressing a certain way was appropriate, and did she believe that I was okay with certain things that she had to find out rather quickly that I don't like? And when I think it probably surprised off gate. If she up here now, she'll tell you it been plenty of times she'll go out and thought I was okay. I was like, hold on, let's go back to the drawing board with this. And I let her know my perspective on the situation and how it makes me feel. And because she is my wife and because she loves me, she respects my opinion in that matter. That goes back to the next question we have. Does Russ' opinion matter? I would hope it would. I would hope her spouse's opinion matters. My wife's opinion matters to me at at the highest form. If I was going out this door and I had anything on that my wife did not agree with, she has nothing but to say a word. Take it off. Okay. You want to throw it out? Do you want to get rid of it? Do you not like this? Or I get rid of it. Can I wear it in the house? What do you want? Because at the end of the day, this is just a religious side coming out of there. My body belongs to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Belongs to God and my wife. At the end of the day, if my wife doesn't like this or doesn't find this thing attractive in a way, who I'm out here trying to please? That's my way. But on the second nature of it, nah. I mean, I just even if it's words, she don't like me saying a certain thing. If it doesn't, I mean, at the end of the day, what is this? Do I care more about the thing or do I care more about my wife? I could drop the thing. I don't want to drop my wife. That's the way it goes for me. You know. So does Russ' opinion matter?
Man, man, I don't know. I don't know. As far as, huh? The question, does his opinion matter? It don't matter to me. Like, I mean, it don't matter to me. If you're asking, should it matter to her? It should matter to her. But to be honest with you, like putting it, if you put everything, if you pack everything up and you put it in context,
Hmm.
all right, they both knew what it was. They both knew what it was. They knew what type of event it was, and they still decided to show up to it. So if you show up to the event and you decide to bring your cupcakes, that's what you bring. I mean, that's the event. I mean, I don't know, man. Let's move on from this. Why are we doing this? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey man, that's the biggest thing that's going on, man. This show is jam packed, man. People,
I mean,
hey,
because
that's what people
but why?
talking about.
Yeah, like, yeah. Why are we? Why is this Russ's fault?
I don't think it's Russ's fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault. At the end of the day, I think it's a controversy in people's opinions. I think some people out there are okay with a woman dressing this and think Russ should be okay with it. And I differ in that opinion. At the end of the day, I want to hear thoughts because at the end of the day, I believe this. The things about discussions to me, I think that's the best way to come to any understanding in the world.
Yo,
Well, he
Christopher,
had on the Easter Sunday suit, so what's
Christopher.
really the problem? Yeah, I don't know, man. That suit was bad too. God, Lee, she should have said something to him, and he should have said
Listen,
something to her.
listen. I'm pretty sure she
What
don't.
you got on, man?
Man, I'm
God,
pretty sure she don't even be fooling around with Russ Gatto because I'm pretty sure after Russ put that tux on, you know what he did? He licked his fingers and licked his eyebrows because cause that's the type of time Russ be on, man. Like,
I don't know, man. I think sometimes that's a bigger
nah.
thing. When you say Russ is corny, at the end of the day, I look at that as I mean, I don't know. That's I think people say Kirk Cousins corny. I think this is a lie. I might be called corny because at the end of the day, I have a certain kind of belief and I carry myself a certain kind of way away from the world. So it might be called corny. I used to be cool, but I used to be moving a certain kind of way you might not agree with back in them days, man. At the end of the day, corny might be safe. Corny might just be square. You know what I'm saying? Not participate. I don't do that. I'm gone. I might be in the bed by 9 o'clock. You know, might be corner for me to be in the house by 9, but that's my life. It's my lifestyle, man.
That's not
So
corny.
I
That's
would
not
like
corny.
I
That
do that.
oh
I hit
no.
that real quick, man. It's a smooth joint. I look at my wife one time, lit that joint, spread them eyebrows. She know I'm on the way. She know what that mean. Rush for that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Russell, different type of corny, man. I'm telling you, like, anytime he gets in front of a camera, it's
Uh-huh.
gonna be. Even at Broncos, let's ride.
I think that's
like,
funny though. I think
no,
that's
that is
hilarious.
just it's Russ, man. It's Russ. It's anything that it's Russ. Let's
if
ride.
if y'all don't know what he's talking about, y'all need to Google this show, man. He does it all the time at every interview. He said, "Broncos, let's ride." That's how he closed out all his interviews. Broncos, let's ride. That joke, it's funny though, man. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, man.
I don't know, man. What's the next question, man? I
The next question is how big, and this the probably the biggest of the questions is how big is spouse's opinion and what you wear and what you do? Does your
oh,
spouse has have a lot of interaction in what you do or a lot of comments and or you know what I'm saying advice in what you how you move in this world? Does that advice matter to you? To y'all in the comments, man. How much do their opinion matters to you?
oh my goodness. Oh man. Huh. I'm just waiting for the comment. I'm waiting for the comment because I know Chris is about to say something. I'm just waiting for the comment. But
I
matter
got
of
it.
fact, while she's typing her comment, I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My statement my statement is pretty much a suggestion. So how much does a suggestion matter? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna suggest like, ah man, I had a situation. I had a situation with Tiff. We went to go see the Lion King on Broadway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh my God.
we decided to ride the subway. Got it. Now,
Uh-huh.
the subway in Harlem is exactly like Lil Wayne said a long time ago. So I remember thinking at the house, man, so maybe we shouldn't wear so much jewelry on this train. I remember saying that. I remember saying that. And when we got on the train, the most menacing person that I have probably ever sat across from sat right across from us while she was wearing her jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I'm gonna have to fight this man in the subway in Harlem over this jewelry.
In the depths of night.
Yes. This is how I'm
Um,
feeling, right? This is how I'm feeling. And if a suggestion is made out of safety, I get it.
mm-hmm.
But if I'm making a suggestion because I don't want another man to look at my woman, that's not a suggestion out of safety. That's my insecurity, I would probably say.
I think it depends on if you coming from that area. I think at the end of the day, like I'm not worried about any man saying anything to my wife or any of that aspect. I think that's what it get labeled as. Like you scared somebody gonna say something to your wife. You not comfortable with your. No, it's a respect thing. I don't want to. It's just like my child. I don't have no connection about my child or nothing like that. But I'm not gonna let my child go out dressed in the kind of way because I care about them being covered and care about the, you know what I'm saying, the way they look, the way they carry themselves. At the end of the day, like I don't have no sexual desires towards my child. Don't think anybody else gonna make anything like that, but I'm gonna make sure my child is covered, right? The same thing. You ain't worry about nobody going out. Do your child be like, hey man, let me holler at you, look, and then
Yeah,
you
but
gotta fire your child, but you ain't gonna have your child outside butt naked neither.
I think it's a
Same way.
difference, though, man. I mean, children aren't at an age of understanding, right?
Uh huh.
We're talking about grown women here. Like, yeah, of course, my child will be. I am going to dress my daughter the way that I want my daughter to be dressed, as the representation that I want her to
Mm-hmm.
be. But I do know there will be a point in her life where she will decide her own representation that I will
Mm-hmm.
have very little control over. And I think
When
that's
do
the
you think?
same thing that goes over spouses.
When you think that time comes?
I don't know when for my daughter,
Uh
36.
huh.
30, 30
Ooh.
at 36 she can wear what she want to wear. Until then, I'll decide what she wears.
Janelle has a very, very, very long comment right here. She says, personally, I don't let my husband weigh in on hair because he knows nothing about hair. He respects me enough to trust my judgment when it comes to what I wear. If anything, I'm conservative and he jokes me and calls me a Jehovah's Witness. My wife in the back. Why does this comment not carry on? Like, I can't even finish the rest.
But
But you see the rest.
yeah, but I will ask him, or my kids, how does this look? Does it match? Okay, he'll ask me the same thing, but it's not a permission thing. It's more of a how does this look?
Oh, okay.
Okay, AD says if my wife is with me, she can wear whatever she wants. If she's going out with her friends, then I may strongly suggest different options if I'm not cool with it. Okay, so
I
okay,
think Shatara's comment is more along what I'm gonna let her because this is exactly. I think it matters a lot if they voice that they are have an issue with it. If they don't say it out loud, then why worry about it? But if they had enough within themselves to say, I have a problem with that, I think out of respect of your spouse, you shouldn't wear it.
mm,
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it always come down to do you care more about your spouse's happiness or what you putting on?
okay,
Some pizza, an
okay,
article, or
all right.
clothing to wear.
Okay, so if I ask the same question to you, right?
Uh-huh.
If she feels like she wants to feel good about herself and this outfit makes her feel good about herself, is your
Mm-hmm.
opinion more important than how she feels about herself?
Mm. That's the point we go to. Overall, like at the end of the day, it depends on how your structure goes in your relationship. It'd be a question of this. I don't think we ever got to that problem. Like at the end of the day, if my wife says she has, and I don't think it's just one way. If my wife voices her opinion strongly about something that I have on, I don't think I'm gonna put her in a situation like that. I don't know. What do I care more about my feelings? I think a person put their spouse before themselves. I think most people should on both sides of it, wife to husband. I think if the wife cares more about the husband opinion than their own, and the husband cares more about the wife period opinion than their own, it'll be very it'll go a lot more smoother. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ah, tough. But yeah,
it is a tough.
yeah,
It is
but
a tough one.
uh,
But the toughest one, the toughest question is this next one. Oh no, not the next one. It's the last one, but we ain't got that over yet. The next question, we kind of tapped into this a little bit. Why are they the only ones talked about? Why are they the only ones mentioned in this thing? We kind of, I said it was because I think, and I disagree. I think when you're a Christian individual and you represent that that mantra and you represent that label over top of you, Christian is there. You are attacked at a different level than others. But I think you're under more scrutiny. Hey, at the end of the day, we saw when Kirk Cousins is not the only person that said that he didn't want to get the shot, but he got blasted for it, man, all through that mid, bro. Golly, bro, did he get blasted for?
okay, getting shot wasn't Christian. That had nothing to do with
He
Christianity.
believed it was. That's not for me to decide. Even though I don't believe, and I'm a Christian myself, I do not believe it's a sin to get the COVID shot. But if he believed that he was sinning against God to get the shot, and I could show you scriptures in the Bible. If he believed that it was sinning and he did it, then it would be sinning. Because at the end of the day, if he believed that it's not right for him to get that shot and he got the shot, then it would be a sin. Because he actively going against God.
And you think that's why we cared?
No, I think that I don't think the world knows why they attack them more. I think people don't understand why they attack Christians the way they do. They just think they just going. But we so contrary to beliefs without even knowing. Our beliefs is just very contrary. I think by that being so that yeah, the attacks come from that way a lot more often than others. Yeah, most definitely.
Um, it- why are they the only ones talked about? I mean, it's okay. For one, it gets the people going.
Mm,
Like that. I mean, honestly, that's all media is. I mean, at this point, media is about grabbing attention. And Ciara, that outfit isn't a attention grabbing. It's a attention grabbing pick. Um,
mm.
to me, I didn't. Listen. I knew it was going about, but I don't do much social media, but I didn't care. I still really don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. Um, I think that for one, I think it's just I wouldn't have done it for myself. But the fact they
Mm.
chose to do it, oh well. I mean, and Russ. you can tell by the way Russ is dressed. He that's not his thing. Like that's not.
He don't
That's
even
not.
look like he belong at the Oscars.
Nah, he really don't, man. He looked like a ring bearer. Like, he look like
He
he
look
look
like
like
a ring bear.
yeah, he look like the ring bearer. He like somebody's son just that carried the ring. That's what he look like, man. Like
I
I
think
don't know.
Janetta's opinion right here. They are the top of the conversation also because the main picture circulation shows him standing there looking simple while she's posing. He could have did something, man. If you gonna go out there, I told you I wouldn't have went out there because I won't pose anyway. So I wouldn't have been there. But if I'm gonna
Definitely
go, that shit was awful. God, man, he need to watch that Steve Harvey episode we did, man, with the suits, man. He need to turn into that one so he can learn, man. But I don't
but
know.
I mean, he spent. I'm pretty sure he spent $1,000 on the table, man.
That don't mean nothing.
I know it. I know it. I know it.
It's just a whole lot of money on trash. What are
I
you
know
putting
it.
together? People
I
do it all
know
the
it.
time.
I know it. I know
Oh my God, oh my God. But like I said, this is the big one right here that we getting into. Is let's scroll to the comments right quick though. Let's get some comments read. You want to read them and not post them? Call them out
it.
and not post
All right. Everybody thought he was mad. They said they seen one picture of him smiling. Man, I'm pretty sure that he knew. He listen, man. I'm pretty sure Russell get tired of hearing his name associated with anything, and he knew he was gonna be on the front page of something with this. Especially when his wife turned around and it's like, okay, like you really got your wife showing her everything. Like he knew it was, he couldn't have been happy about that. You know what I'm saying?
them.
But
Yeah.
again, like I said, I'm sure Russ probably said something, and she was like, "Shut up,
So
Russ." Yeah,
no,
shut up,
no
Russ.
shot.
Yeah,
Hush your gums and come on. Get dressed. Put that
yeah,
old
yeah,
ugly
yeah.
suit on. Come on.
Yeah, go sit in the back seat. Get in that car seat, Russ. Go get
I'm
the
not
car
gonna
seat.
play Russ like this.
Yeah, go get the car seat, Russ. I mean, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. It's a bit much. Let's see
Yeah.
the other comments. Uh, really don't care, but since we are here, I want to be a part of the A. Oh my god.
Look at
Uh,
AD comment. If my wife is with me, she can wear whatever she wants. If she's going out with her friends, then I may strongly suggest different options if I'm not cool with it. So yeah, I believe every man that been in that place, or maybe women. I don't want to speak for y'all. Y'all speak up in the comment if y'all agree. Y'all had this. We ain't seen our significant others go out the door, and we had to take a double take. Like, all right, hold on, who you got on? Come back here right quick. Yeah. I think we all been in those positions.
I mean, truthfully, I mean, we could.
Mm.
Again, I don't do social media, but to be honest with you, we are conditioning ourselves to do the things that we do for likes. It's
Mm.
the social quotient. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hold
we
on, hold
live for
on.
a
That's the
social
last
quotient.
question now. No, no, that's not. That's the
I ain't
big
gonna
one.
mess.
That's not.
I
That's
ain't
not.
gonna. But okay, but again, like it's it's controversy. It's she wore it because she knew it would be talked about. I'm pretty sure that when she first saw it and she put it, because that wasn't the first time she put it on. She put it on and said, "What are they gonna say about this?" Like she thought that thought came across her mind,
Uh huh.
and then
She already.
she
Mm,
already knew. She
so
already knew. She
I would
probably
have.
she probably said, "I need to have makeup on I need to get my makeup person to do my body, my legs, everything else." Like I mean, this wasn't something that like, oh look, this is in the back of my closet. Let's put it on. This was well thought out. This was talked about.
Mm,
Her publicist knew about it. Like
mm.
everybody knew about it. Like this is the regular people in us think that like, man, let me pull this out of the closet, and then her and Russell
Nah,
sitting in the
nah.
bed. Her and Russell sitting in the bedroom like, hey babe, you gonna wear that tonight? Nah, this was months in the making.
You got a
this
point
was
because
this is
I think
months in
that
the
was
making.
one that made. It was
It had
made right. So
yeah, it didn't
getting
come from
made, he
TJ
had to have.
Maxx. Yeah, it didn't come from TJ Maxx. Yeah, this is yes. This was probably hand stitched in
She
some
over
third
there
world
said,
country.
Kirsten said, this is the woman's voice right here. I'm going to body this dress. Snapped her fingers 3 times and flipped her hair and said, I'm out of here. she, Bryce, come on. Get my purse. Russ came out
Yeah.
that joke bad. Golly. But all right, so let's go to this last one. What oh man, what is dressing beautiful? What I meant by that, I'll probably type that in all. Y'all gotta forgive me, I was moving kind of rushed. But modesty versus revealing. What is beauty? What I wanted to get to. Beautiful dressing. So I remember seeing this picture of Michelle Obama getting off the plane. She had on a burgundy. Man, I'm talking about like really not a piece of her skin. She had gloves, not a piece of her skin was showing. And I thought that was probably the most beautiful dress I've ever seen. It's not a piece of clothes. I mean, not a piece of skin was showing. And that's my personal thing. That's what I see as a beautiful way of dressing. But that's not everybody's opinion. I really like to draw this contrast, right? And I always say because I believe that's the way the world has changed in a sense, right? So you have a two-piece baby suit and then you have a one-piece baby suit. And most people up here know where this conversation going coming from that we had an argument one time. But yeah, a two-piece baby suit and a single-piece baby suit. Both of them have the same purpose of getting in the water, swimming, right? But one is more revealing than the other. Why is one considered more beautiful than the other? Why is two-piece bathing suits considered more beautiful than one piece? Because the only difference is one shows more skin than the other. Both have the same purpose though, but one shows more skin. So are we saying you are more beautiful by showing more skin? Is that the case? And then why I changed this thing because it's bothering me. What do you think? Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Mm, well, how can you say this? I guess. I guess in order to wear a two, I guess in order to wear a two piece, I don't know, Corey. This is a very difficult question, man.
I know that's the reason why. Hey, man, that's my job. That's my job. What in the world you gonna tell me? I'm doing my
I,
job if I don't find difficult questions. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to find the difficultness in these questions, man.
we don't get to decide. You know what? This is like this is how it works, right? Mores is like what society as a collective decides what is attractive and what is not. What we decide is right, what we decide is wrong. And if I guess if the majority says this is what it is, then that's what it is. But people have their own preferences. People have their own preferences. But I guess the media decide makes us think that this is what the masses or lets us know this is what the masses decide is attractive. I don't know, Core.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just think I'm more so dancing into this realm. I think that because I got a daughter, I think the farther we get in society, the more that society is pushing towards a sexualizing women. At the end of the day, I think that goes to I was holding off on this comment that Tiff made, and I'm gonna go back to it when I find it's way up there. Saw Tiff. The reason why I saw it and I didn't say nothing because I knew I wanted to bring it back here. But why it? All right, so this is why are designers designing this for black women? So I think at the end of the day, it's a thing, an overall thing of sexualizing women overall, but especially all black women in such a way to show our bodies. At the end of the day, I think it's a misconception of the more you show, the more beautiful you are. You could be, you know what I'm saying? If you're covered, that is less beautiful than being half naked. And I think that's an overall theme that's pushed throughout society. And if you disagree with that, you're gonna have to explain to me. Cause I mean, there's a lot of women in here, there's a lot of people in here. Why is a two-piece more beautiful than a one-piece? Because when we talk about overall purpose, they both serve the same thing. One is probably better. I'm pretty sure that one piece. is better. And we can get into the overall theme of gym gear. Gym, women going to the gym in yoga pants, right? Is that the best thing to work out in? Are we going to, when did the world convince women that yoga pants is the optimal workout gear? like, like sweatpants and shorts is not that good. I mean, I don't understand why. I think the overall purpose is to sexualize. It's not for optimal behavior. You get what I'm saying? It's not to help. If you disagree, I mean, voice your disagreements.
Okay, so all right, so okay, that's a good question, right? Hmm. You know what? How man, that's a tough one, man. I want to see what the comments say about these yoga pants because that's
Oh, I knew I was gonna hear something about that. While we only judging women. All right, let me.
oh man,
I told you that's why we need a woman up here. The reason why we don't like diving into these things because we like to hear. I do got most of my opinions do go
yeah,
towards
man.
women because I am a
We
male,
should have
but
group
I
one of the
lead
young
with the
ladies.
male thing.
We should have had
Yeah,
one of the young ladies on the show for this, man.
I
Cause this
can lead with the
tough.
man thing. A pants sagging. I do not think a man sagging their pants is any more should be any. I do not agree with that either. If a man comes in with his pants down, I think that is ridiculous. I go to the barbershop, man. It's this guy that walk in. I'm telling you that thing be on the style muscles, man. I'm like, what in the world? It does not make sense to me. How is this look in any way considered or anything by that nature?
Huh.
Or sweatpants to show your privates. I don't know, dude. I don't think I think this is a thing that women think, but I don't think men wear sweatpants in the achievement to show our privates. At the end of the day, that's just comes with the sweatpants. I guess I don't know, man. I tried that. I ain't heard it. I ain't had that called out to my wife telling me don't go out the door with the sweatpants on. So you know what I'm saying? That's one of the arguments that I get on that side. But if she say that, then sweatpants ain't worn out the door. Hoochie daddy shorts. Hey, that need to be banned overall. Any man that got a pair of hoochie daddy shorts. Hey man, listen here, man. Man podcast got some words for you. But yeah,
Uh, I don't know, man. Showing little guys showing their draws, man. That's more of an invitation. I'm thinking nowadays, man. It's more of an invitation.
thick thighs save lives. On the women part, we do want women's opinion. Everybody know we want to bring a woman on, but I think the difficulty with me and him that we need consistency. We need consistency. We need somebody that's gonna be reliable. That's gonna be able to be on when we get on. That's the biggest thing. But we definitely gonna work towards these. We definitely working towards this. Yes. Titus 2 explains this. Hey, Tawana, Mr. Tawana always gonna come with that scripture, y'all. I think the scripture she replying to is modesty.
But hold up. Is long hair appropriate for men?
Is long hair appropriate for men? What do we mean by appropriate?
I'm reading the
Socially
comments.
acceptable, or do we mean uh, um be more specific about what you're asking, Tiff? Is because I used to have long hair, but I don't know appropriate in what way, like work appropriate or appropriate if I got to get what you mean.
He said if you
Shit,
brought it.
if you brought it, what if you grew it? uh, so the modesty thing, which I would agree with. Most people talk about modesty, and they only speak towards modesty as a form of dressing. Now, I'm certainly fall short in modesty in my welding. I'm not modest at all in welding. When I weld every single bead, I want to be better than every single individual that ever welded before. I'm real, real, real. And I don't know, it's a competitive nature. Anybody know me, I'm very, very competitive. I need to work on that. But yes, I mean, when I go towards biblically and socially, all right, appropriately, biblically, nah, a man is not supposed to cut his hair. Typically, we're not supposed to cut our hair. socially, not supposed to let a woman cut your hair anyway. I think that's the way the scripture is. I gotta let me go to the scripture first before I answer that question. But socially, I think socially a person can do what they want with their hair. At the end of the day, if it works, it works. But I'm pretty sure I can't see those comments. I posted. She said it's long hair appropriate for me. But yeah, what do you think? And it's long hair appropriate in your field. Your field of work, social. Can you wear? Can you grow your hair out right now? Get your dreadlocks, and I'm pretty sure you could get dreads and sell houses. You think that'll pull you down your social ladder?
I've had long hair before. Um, all right, there's a gap between the way things are and the way they should be. All right, I say that all the time. And should you be able to do? Yeah, I should be able to grow my hair. Should be able to put tattoos on my face. But for some reason, it doesn't make people feel comfortable. So, for some reason, I guess the association with long hair sometimes comes off as extremely ethnic, and people don't want the ethnic experience when they're spending that type of money on
How do
on
you
a
feel?
house.
Somebody said how you feel about man buns.
Oh man, we told my hair was like, AD, don't do that, man. Don't do
Hey,
that,
go
AD.
ahead. Well, you had a man bun. Cap, cap, no shot. I had hair though. Oh man, for real. If you search the Facebook jumps, I'm pretty sure there's a picture out there with me with long hair and beads in it too. Pretty
Hmm.
sure when I grew up, hey, it's some shameful photos out there, but I learned to live with them. So I ain't gonna talk about his man bun, long as he don't talk about my beads, man. Don't go out there and find my pictures on the jumps, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a bit, but nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think honestly, it's a different conversation, but I can say for myself, I know that when I leave the house, and it's unfortunate that I have to think like this, but when I leave the house, I have to ask myself, will this come off as something other than professional? And so for me, yeah, I gotta have my hair cut. Um, I need to shave. I need long hair don't work for me. So yeah, that's the answer to that.
Well, I mean, as I go through this scripture, yes, a man is not supposed to have long hair in scripture. He's not supposed to shave his hair completely, but he is not supposed to grow his hair very, very long. It says, does not nature itself teach you that if a man wears long hair, it is a disgrace for him? That's First Corinthians 11. That's Paul. Am I in the Old Testament? No, that's First Corinthians. First Corinthians says it's First Corinthians 11 and 14. You can dive into it a little better at this time than me, Janelda. I'm definitely gonna dive into it a little bit more after this. But yeah, that's what it says. But I try not to dive too much into to the laws. It's a lot of things that we live by grace on, man. We live by grace. My hair's kind of short right now, though. Ooh, yeah. But as we get through this, let's run through a couple of these comments. You read them out, Amp, and let's go ahead and finish this night out with these comments. Y'all go ahead and get a quick 5 moment of these comments.
Okay,
Get them rolling
okay.
through, man.
Chris asked, does that mean that I'm a bad nurse because I have tattoos? No,
Nah.
no, it doesn't. Um, man, I really don't get into. Corey asked me a question about myself and how I
Mm.
feel, and and my client base, and I'm telling you, my long hair and tattoos are different because, to be honest with you, sometimes I feel like um, tattoos are more socially accepted than being ethnic. Like, I think they wouldn't mind if I had tattooed sleeves, but would probably be bothered if I had dreadlocks.
Mm.
That's my personal opinion, because society has normalized tattoos. I mean,
Yeah, I think.
I've seen more guys with sleeves and neckties than I ever thought I would.
Yeah, we then we had this discussion on one of our episodes. We had this discussion about the tattoos, and we spoke on the fact of the more and more society goes forward, the more and more this thing is getting normalized, and over time, before long, I think tattoos gonna be saying second nature. At the end of the day, I don't think tattoos are viewed the same way today that they were back in the 80s and 70s. I mean, it's different. More and more people having, the more and more socially acceptable they are.
Yeah, like I said, man, I do. It wouldn't be. I would say I don't go weekly without making a professional exchange with someone that has tatted hands. Like
Yeah,
that was like it
that
wasn't
was a
that
no
long
no.
ago. That wasn't that long ago when you saw a guy with tatted hands. You know that he didn't intend to work nowhere.
Mm.
He was gonna be an entrepreneur. But now, I mean, it's nowadays it is what it is. Um, I agree with AD. He said he a firm believer in doing whatever makes you happy. You only get one life.
Despite how it affect others, right?
Nah, it's not. It's not despite how you affect others. It's like this, right, Corey?
All right.
If you're making decisions based on what people gonna say about you, I guess the same way that Ciara was doing. If you're making decisions based on what people say, then you are not experiencing life to the extent that you could.
I'm only going to the extreme with this for to make a point now. Now, this is not what I'm saying. Now, let's say Ted Bundy made him happy is killing women. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's affecting the individual. I don't think at what point does your happiness have to be, you know what I'm saying, rejected? I mean, at the end of the point, I think how you affect people around you matters a lot. To what degree? I think your happiness, overall happiness, as when it harms others. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. If it harms others to a great degree, I think yeah, your happiness doesn't matter. I think the overall group of people should matter over the single person's happiness in the world. Like if majority of people are happy in the world and you're unhappy because of that reason, then yeah, your happiness means less than the majority of people. I think everybody would agree with that.
I mean,
Chill, Corey. Yeah, I'm only going to the stream. I don't like that, but I'm just trying to make a point. I had to go. I ain't know a better way to explain it without going to the extreme.
I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, there's always outliers, there's extremes on both sides of it. But I think for the most part, like AD said, I'm gonna agree with AD on that. Like, man, there's nothing more fulfilling than doing something that you decided to do, knowing that it may not be received well by others, but it's what you wanted to do.
Mm.
And it's a lot of people that go through their lives and don't experience that. And you should all be chasing that. You should be chasing that to be your
Had to
authentic
go to
self.
Ted Bundy. Nah.
Yeah.
I
Who
I
else?
I would I could I didn't want to say Ted Bundy. I wanted to say another mass murderer, but it won't nobody else coming to my head.
Come
I
on,
didn't even want to say
Dharma.
Ted. Thank you, but nah, I ain't want to say Dama neither though. I forget that. But a bigger thing that we discussed this Crystal about the tattoos. We said, all right, I think about this. If I came to work with a big bowl in my lip, about stretched out like this, people be like, man, when the work on? And I'm pretty sure people will feel some type of way with me in the office with a big bowl in my lip. But if we go in certain places in Africa where this is normalized, this would be a normal day. They look at it, hey, bowl lip, he got that junk. That's a trend going on. Over time, eventually, enough people in the world get tattoos. It be second nature, man. Ain't nobody. I don't think today people even concerned about those at all. I don't think people concerned about tattoos at all. I personally do not like my tattoos. We had this discussion before. I would rather have my
And
skin.
I personally think I don't have enough. So I agree with you, Corey.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
both need to fix that, man.
Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson. Yes, that would have been a good. But Charles Manson actually didn't kill anybody. Yeah, he only had a following of people that kill people. But so yeah, that's an interesting thing.
All
On
right,
another note, let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing on up, though, man.
it's on you, Corey.
All right, y'all. Hey, man, this was a big episode. I see the views is up there. I see the comments is up there. I wish to know if we passed 100, but I cannot tell. But hopefully we did. Hopefully we reached our max, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all post in the comment any other things. This is Culture Thursday. We discuss culture time. I mean, topics. If there's anything that y'all wish us to to discuss, put them in there. We'll make an episode out of. We'll flame that thing up, man. We'll go ahead and put it out there. Definitely. But thank y'all and appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.
All right, and each one of y'all bring somebody with you. Bring your friends. Like this is a good time here. It ain't gonna take much of your time. We just want an hour of your time.
Share.
Yeah, share. Bring somebody with us. Don't believe in culture. Ain't that the truth? I don't be,
he
only
don't.
culture.
He don't believe in culture. That's crazy though.
Yeah, the only culture I know is Offset daughter. That's the only culture I know. I don't know nothing about that culture. All right, but yeah, bring a friend, come through. Be sure that you hit the like button. That's how we get this out to more people. If you could smash that like button. Um, look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Until tomorrow, love yours.